listen, you piece of shit. Are you gonna get the money or not?
Have you ever had that moment where you're playing Scout in MvM and you're asking yourself, where the heck is the money at? I can't find it. Of course you did. We all did. This video is meant to help you avoid that situation. Hopefully. I'll be showing you some unusual areas and places where credits can get to. Areas where people don't typically look for when they're searching for the remaining credits. I'll go through the maps in alphabetical order, but before I do, I'll start with something that can happen in every map. Credits can get stuck on different objects on a map. For this example, I'll be using the teleporter. This is literally the worst case scenario since you cannot collect anything if the teleporter is on it. If you're the engineer, move your teleporter and collect it for the scout. If you're not the engineer, nicely ask the engineer if they could move their teleporter for a few seconds for you to collect it. Starting with Bigrock, specifically inside the robot spawn. Yes, you heard me correctly. Credits can actually get inside their spawn on all maps. It is pretty rare, but it can still happen. Don't ask me how that's possible. If it's too far in, you can't collect it at all. Otherwise, if it's a little closer to you, you can collect it just fine. If the bomb path is set on the far right side of the map and the robots manage to come close to your spawn, there might be some cash laying around there. Same deal if the bomb path is set on the far left side of the map. Make sure to look over there if the robots are close. Now, if the robot path is set so that the robots have to go down the middle on the bridge near your spawn, they might fall down the small pit for whatever reason, which means credits are also probably going to appear down there. Now I want to talk about tanks. Whenever a tank gets destroyed, its credits fly up in the air and can sometimes spread out a little before landing on the ground. The issue with that is if there's some sort of platform on top or near the area where the tank got destroyed, the credits are most likely going to land on said platform instead of the ground level. This is dangerous since you think you collected everything, but there could still be some credits on a higher platform without you even knowing. Here's the example on Bigrock. When the tank explodes at the bridge, there's a chance that some money could fall under it. Next up is Cold Town. The first area is again the robot spawn, pretty much the same deal as with Bigrock. If it's close enough, then you can collect it. If robots spawn in from the right and left side and your team is able to kill them fast enough, there could be credits lying around there. An example of that would be Wave 6 of Cataclysm, when the giant heavy and medic combo spawn. Same thing over at the spawn of your team. If the bomb path is set to the right path, watch out for cash at the right side. Same with the left side. When the tank approaches this area, there might be a chance that some credits could land on the little platform above. Decoy Snakes with its robot spawn point. It definitely doesn't happen as often as the other maps though, since the spawn point is a lot higher. Pay attention to where robots will spawn on this map. They can and will spawn at the top level. For example, the boxing heaviest on wave 1 of Disintegration. Keep an eye out for that and collect the credits at the top. When trying to get the bomb at the top level, robots can even go inside this narrow hallway and up the stairs. Going to the bottom level. When you're fighting robots at the front, there's a very good chance that the credits will appear at the top level instead of the bottom level where the robots are actually being destroyed. This happens much more frequently than the other examples I've noticed. If the robots fall down the pit for whatever reason, you might need to look down there for credits. If they don't get destroyed immediately, they'll try to go back up to the right and left tunnels, so watch out for that as well. The tank credits on this map can be pretty mean. If your team destroys the tank fast enough while it's near the bridge, the credits can end up on the top level. When the tank is on the bridge close to your spawn and gets destroyed, the credits can land under it in the pit. Credits from the bot's kit on the top area have a chance of falling down on the bot spawn at the bottom area. Most of the time you can still reach and get it with your magnet ability. I see a lot of beginner scouts not notice that robots are spawning on the top level, therefore missing the credits. Make sure to watch if you're missing any credits. If you are and there are no credits at the bottom level, then that most likely means they're at the top. Make sure to check behind the front lines, especially when robots are trying to capture the A gate. On wave 3 of Empire Escalation, several robot engineers are going to spawn behind, and they drop a lot of credits. When the A gate has been captured, some robots will attempt to go upstairs to the containers. Just like Decoy credits in their spawns happens less frequently than other maps. Robots can go through these two passageways and drop credits. If the tank gets destroyed in this area, its credits can land on the upper platform. Now we reach the robot spawn area of Rottenburg. Luckily it's not as bad as Mannhattan. In Mannhattan, credits can get quite deep inside the spawn area. In Rottenburg, the credits can only land on the very edge of the spawn area and not any deeper. This happens way more to the right side spawn than the left one, since the left one is up higher. This is also pretty common. Sometimes when robots get destroyed near the rock next to the tank barrier, credits can spawn on top of it and your magnet ability won't always work on them. Be sure to go next to them or even jump on the credits to collect them. This also happens quite often, so keep an eye out. Some credits can land in this spot behind the wall, mostly when the bots are spawning on the right side. I've had numerous times where I was certain that all of the credits were on the top right like usual, only to end up seeing a small credit laying on that spot about to burn away. If you end up in this situation, there's sadly nothing you can do since it's going to be stuck on there. Be 100% sure there's no money laying around there, because if the barrier gets destroyed by the tank, it spawns back in when the wave gets completed. So any money around that area gets stuck, since the barrier spawned back in, making it impossible for you to collect it. When it comes out in this area and gets destroyed, money could be easily forgotten since, well, maybe you didn't pay attention and you're looking all over the map, but there. Make sure you know where the tank got destroyed. If the tank gets destroyed below the wooden platform near spawn, the chances of some or maybe even most credits landing on it are pretty high. You'd be surprised how many times that happened to me. It should also be said that this one is extra evil since literally no one will be looking up there. Same principle applies to this one. If the tank gets destroyed under the wooden platform, credits will land on top of it instead of the ground level. I hope I could help you out with this guide, and always remember that you're not perfect. You are going to lose credits, but that's totally normal and fine. If you know any more unusual places where credits can get to, you can write a comment specifying where exactly they are if you'd like. Thanks for watching!